The social contract is a simple idea. We, as a collective, agree to work together for mutual benefit. The laborer sows the fields, builds the roads, teaches the children. And in return, the system ensures the basics: food, shelter, safety, and dignity. But today, that contract lies in tatters, torn apart by those who never agreed to it in the first place: the shareholder class. Shareholders, these faceless entities whose sole allegiance is to profit, don't contribute to society in any meaningful way. They don't build, they don't teach, they don't heal, they simply take. Their power lies in owning, not creating. And through that ownership, they've hijacked the mechanisms of governance, production, and even public trust. Let's be clear. The shareholder class is not bound by the social contract. Their allegiance isn't to the public good, it's to quarterly earnings. Neoliberalism, their ideological weapon, tells us this is fine. It preaches that the market is the ultimate arbiter of fairness, that the invisible hand will magically ensure prosperity for all. But what has this free market theology actually delivered? It's delivered a world where the basic needs of the many are sacrificed for the obscene wealth of the few. A system where corporations are people, but actual people are disposable. Where profit margins determine who gets to live and who gets to suffer. Healthcare, housing, education, food, all reduced to commodities for exploitation. And the shareholder class? They profit from every ounce of misery this system produces. This is a betrayal of the social contract on every level. Rousseau wrote that the legitimacy of any system depends on its ability to serve the collective good. But neoliberalism spits in the face of that principle. It tells us that the individual, the rich individual, mind you, is more important than the collective. It severs the ties that bind us, reducing society to a marketplace where everything and everyone is for sale. Think about how this plays out in real life. A company lays off thousands of workers, not because it's struggling, but because cost-cutting boosts its stock price. Those laid-off workers lose their health insurance, their pensions, their ability to feed their families. Meanwhile, the shareholders, who've contributed nothing, see their portfolios swell. This isn't capitalism, it's cannibalism. And the state? The very institutions meant to uphold the social contract, they've been bought and paid for by these same parasites. Neoliberalism tells governments to stay out of the market, but when corporations need bailouts, when banks collapse under the weight of their own greed, suddenly the state is there to prop them up with our money. And when the public demands health care or housing, crickets. This isn't just exploitation. It's a fundamental breakdown of trust. The social contract only works if we believe the system is working for us. But how can we believe that when billionaires hoard wealth like dragons, while millions of us are one paycheck away from ruin? When the richest nation in the world can't guarantee clean drinking water to its citizens? When every institution we're told to trust, government, corporations, even the media, serves the interests of a shareholder class that doesn't care if we live or die? The social contract is supposed to bind us together, but the shareholder class has torn that bond to shreds, replacing it with a zero-sum game where their profits come at the expense of our lives. And neoliberalism? It's the ideology that justifies this theft. It tells us this is the natural order, that greed is good, that the market is God. But here's the truth. The social contract isn't dead. It's been stolen, hijacked by a parasitic system that prioritizes profits over people, wealth over well-being, and if we want it back, we can't just tinker around the edges. We need to rebuild it. Better, stronger, and unbreakable. This means more than just reforms. It means stripping power from the shareholder class and redistributing it to the workers, the communities, the people who actually make the society function. It means rejecting neoliberalism and replacing it with an ethos of solidarity and sustainability. It means rewriting the social contract in a way that ensures no one, not a single person, is left behind. The social contract belongs to all of us. It's time to reclaim it. The question is, will we rise to the challenge or let the parasites continue to feed? The choice is ours.